Good evening. I'm drawing. I'm drawing Ina. I couldn't help myself. She's so cute. I don't like to draw fan art usually because I'm afraid I'll mess it up, but I think this one's worth it. I think this one's worth the risk. I figured out how to. You can see up here in the corner here. I figured out how to open up a secret second window with a reference. I'm learning. Hello. Hello. Ah, God, I'm nervous about this now. There's a blank page in front of me. Freaky. Uh, okay. I actually have a little, one of those little figures. One of those little artist figures. The gray anime-esque ones. That I never use because it's kind of a little bit broken, but I figured I'd break it out for this one. I have it sitting next to me very precariously. It's probably gonna fall over at some point and make noise. But I wanna do a cute pose. I don't wanna do a cute little Ina. Oh God, I feel like I'm messing this up already. The pressure. Happy Easter, by the way. Or if you're not an Easter guy, happy Sunday. Happy whatever other day it may be. I was doing a bunch of family stuff today. I had to hang out with my family. Not that it's a thing that I don't enjoy, but it does make me very tired because they're all very loud and they always talk so much. So I've been sleepy since about 3 p.m. So hopefully that doesn't completely ruin my ability to draw. Okay, I need to think. What am I doing? What am I doing here? Cute little floaty pose. I don't know how to draw these. They're very anime, so I must try. Moving the head down. It's an eepy day. We're a couple of eepy guys. I just kind of picked this canvas size randomly. I'm not sure exactly how I'll fit this in. Figure it out as we go. Okay. This is gonna look really, like, awkward and uncomfortable until I figure out how bodies work. I feel like I haven't drawn in a while, and I feel like I say that every single time I do a drawing stream. But it's true. You're gonna be holding a little takodachi. I'm so happy. I'm so happy about the little takodachi. It's so cute. It's so squishy. This is poor quality. Little smiley face. Adorable. Boop, boop. I always draw everybody's shoulders so wide when I'm sketching them. The fun little accessories are really the best part of any VTuber outfit, in my opinion. I love just a little, like, a little mascot character floating around next to somebody. Really, the cookie is really good. I love the cookie in the mouth. It's adorable. She's so cute. Okay. What is the other leg doing here? That's probably okay. That's okay enough. It's a rough sketch. I'll fix it. This does need to be a little bit shorter. Squish that down. Too much leg even for Ina. I think I need to make the canvas a little bit bigger. I feel trapped. Okay, that's a little better. Oh no, can you hear that? Oh god. This animal is the loudest creature on the planet. I want it on the record that I didn't want the dog. I was tricked. I was duped. I was bamboozled. I love him though. He's very cute. He's just so loud. Every time he sees like another dog across the street, like even in the house, like through the window, he screams. He's furious. What the dog doing? Barking at mutts outside. We've decided that the dog is slightly racist. Because he doesn't bark at other purebred dogs, but he'll bark at mutts. If he's not sure what breed a dog is, he'll yell at them. He's a horrible little creature. Also, right? Especially since I'm gonna cover it up with skirt anyway. It's okay. Only slightly, only a little bit. He's getting better, he's learning. We took him on a walk, like yesterday, and he didn't bark at any dogs. He's very good. He's growing as a person. Just a bit of mild dog racism. It'll clear up. I really don't need to draw these, but it's for my own peace of mind. I need to know where the legs are going. This face doesn't look very good, but it's okay. It's okay, I'll fix it. Well, whatever, it doesn't matter. Where do all the bits of your face go? How do you draw an anime girl? I'm gonna make my little extra secret window a little bit bigger. Can't see. It's your hair shaped like Messina. There it is. Probably should have done that on a separate layer. I'll cut it out. It's not too far gone. Okay. You're right, anime girls, they do be cute. There is no bad anime girl. They're all good. Every anime girl is best girl. I need to make my pencil smaller. Okay. The problem with this like extra secret window is that it keeps, like, whenever I click on it, it'll add its layers over here and then I get confused. But it's fine. Me confirmed for best girl? No. You don't quite get it. No, I'm not an anime girl per se. I'm an anime inspired Western cartoon girl. Very different, completely different species. I need to smallen that. There you go. Little squishies, very important. I'm so glad we have a curly hair, Ina. Curly hair is so much more fun to draw than straight hair. I like a squiggle. Because I can just draw random shapes and it usually looks okay. Oh no. Oh no, the layers. Nah, whatever. That's fine. Scooch that in a bit. I've drawn Ina a couple of times, not that I've actually like posted it or anything anywhere, but Every time I get tripped up on her little flaps. They're hard to get into the right spot. That and the headband crown thing. Okay, I'm gonna scooch this whole bit over because the neck is in kind of a weird spot. Okay. Boop. I forgot about the layer. Okay, fixed. I love the little flaps. They're so cute. She's peak character design. Back when I was a little VTuber newbie plebeian, and I had only heard of Kizunai when Hollow Myth debuted, I was like, okay, so I'm picking the purple one. Because I love an Eldritch Horror and I love a purple. And now Ina is my favorite forever. I just so happened to luck into the one that also draws. I mean, Callie draws as well, but I like Ina. It's the cuteness factor that's the important part. The important part is that she's so cute. Hello, hello. Welcome. Oh no, now I have to figure out how this skirt works. It's so triangular. It looks so like it's such a solid shape. How do I draw this? Like that? Is that okay? It's like a space skirt. She looks like she's from the future. I think that's about the right length. I could not stop talking about Callie. It's like that. Sometimes you just gotta talk about your oshi until everybody else loves her as well. You have to you have to spread it like a virus. Okay, let's cut that bit out and see how it looks. Extra layer just for safekeeping. That looks alright. I have to remember that the waist is so high on this. Okay. The arm is a little bit too big, long, something. I'll squish it. Ina has such skinny, frail little limbs. She needs to eat more cookies. Yes, yes, everybody look at my cute oshi. Look at a cute girl. Let the eldritch energies consume you. Okay, I think I can embiggen this a little bit. Maybe do a little of this. I love a floaty little anime girl pose. I love not having to figure out where somebody's feet are on the ground. It's my favorite. Okay, I need to not procrastinate and just draw her little crown. Ooh, it's so difficult. Ooh, it's so hard though. I want a blue hoodie wear. Who else has a blue hoodie? You people stop it. Stop saying nice things to me. Embiggen, it's a perfectly good word. I don't know where I picked that up. I think it was on this. I feel like I heard of that word being on The Simpsons. I don't know if I started saying it because I heard somebody else talk about it or because I just said it and it happened to be a thing. I'm gonna make this a different color. Gotta scooch my other window. Okay. What's a good color? What can I see over the purple? A little brighter. Okay. Horrible ice hearing red. That's okay. Wait, what was that? What was that then? Was that just a nothing layer? Why'd I put in a nothing layer? What happened? Get out of here. Don't confuse me. Actually. Yeah. Anytime somebody says, actually, I just think of the like, little, I don't know, reaction image, meme image, whatever you would call it. The fat neckbeard guy saying, actually. The problem. There's so many things from the internet that have brain poisoned me. Like, I was listening to the radio, and I don't know what the song is called. I know the song, but I don't know what it's called, because I don't remember these things. But the one that's like, it's a little bit funny, or whatever, that's like the first line of the song. There was a Vine, back when Vine was a thing, remember the good old days? Where this guy was like walking through his house at the beginning, like piano bit, and he finds a little picture of Mitt Romney in his closet. And he sings, it's a little Mitt Romney, and that's the only thing that I can think of whenever I hear that song. It's a real problem. I'm so easily influenced by silly internet jokes. Or like road work ahead, I sure hope it does. That's in there forever. Every time I see the sign, it's gonna play in my head. I always forget that these aren't like equal. Like the bottom parts are longer. I could maybe flip this. Wait, let's see. Well, maybe not. No, flip. Horizontal, and then flip vertical. No, it's messed up. Okay, we'll squish it. We'll do whatever we can do about that. Small in it. What'd your friend do to you? I've never had a prank pulled on me. I'm a little intrigued whenever people are like, oh, my friend did a prank. I'm like, a prank, you say? Tell me about this strange human custom of yours. I do know the, like, word association game or whatever, where you just, as the name implies, associate words. I can't think of how that would be pranked. How would you go about pranking that? Ooh, the shapes. Okay, wait, I'm just gonna delete this one on the side. It's messing me up. It's confusing me. Oh, Ina, I love you, but can you get rid of the crown just for a little bit, just a little bit? Oh my god. The pain and suffering. Okay, wait. I'll draw a line through it. Because I feel like it's gonna, like, end in the wrong spot. I should maybe squish it up a little bit. I want to associate another word to a funny video, but you associate it with just word association. Jeez. Well, at least the phrase word association doesn't come up too often in normal life, right? So it's not like horrible, like terminal mind poison. Eh. I don't know what keyboard shortcut moves things, but I am always clicking it by accident. You know what I might have to do? I might have to trace over it just to give myself some help. Yeah, Faker's gone wrong. Oh no, not the Fae! Not again! You can't even see me doing this riveting content. Unless you can see it in the teeny tiny little window on top, but I'm not sure if it's big enough. Oh god, keep zooming in too far because the window is so small. Okay. Cut. And then paste? Does that work? Yes, it does. It works. I'm learning. I'm becoming so intelligent. Thanks for showing that absolutely horrifying game. The home safety hotline is not that bad. Nothing even yells at you. I don't think, unless you click on the audio files and something yells at you. I didn't listen to all of them, I don't think. I don't remember. The Fae aren't scary. They're just little guys. If you tell them that you're afraid of them, they'll come get you. They'll be offended. Don't say it. Don't say that they're scary. You have to call them nice and pretty or else they get mad. Okay. Mesh. That's the one. That's the one where I can squish it. I'm gonna make that a little bit bigger also. Okay. That's alright. Stop it. No. Freaking me out, man. I'm gonna make chat rules, and rule number 1 is gonna be don't be nice to me. Freaks me out. It's like tapping the glass in an aquarium. Okay, the head part's looking alright. What was that? That was my bad one. Get rid of that. Memory hole it. It's fake. It's not real. Okay. I might go back to the red. Make it a little easier for me to see things. What are the boots? What are the shoes? Easy shoes. I love an easy shoe. It's my favorite kind. Oop. Excuse me? Oh no. It accidentally selected transparent as the color. Squish that down a little bit. Wait. That was a bad choice. It's on the same layer as the little crown I forgot. Okay. That's good. Little chunk out of it. I'm going to turn the opacity down. Otherwise I will confuse myself, even though it is a different color. Okay. Little crunches. Oops. Little buttons just make me think of Mickey Mouse's little shorts or pants or whatever they're supposed to be. That, I think, is that chunk too big? Nah, it's fine. It's fine. Venus platforms aren't as incredibly tall on this outfit as all of the other ones, I don't think. There's not really a reference image or anything for the heel of the shoe, so I'm just guessing. She can have a little bit of a chunkier shoe. What? This is just like generic boot shape. Yeah, it's okay. Do some light squishing. Are these the same size? Wait. For squishing naughty tacos. No, that's the crowbar's job. Bonk 'em. Just want to see if these are these the same length? How do legs work? Okay. That's for reference. Move it up a little further. Fake fan! Faking a fan! I'm joking, I'm kidding, I'm goofing. Okay. See, the problem with drawing a full body is that I have to make sure that everything is the same size. I have to make sure that the boots are the correct length. Oh god. Oh jeez. I was debating copying it over, but no, I'm gonna be strong. I'm gonna believe in myself, in my own abilities. No, don't sad emoticon at me. No, stop, I feel bad. Implying there's such a thing as a naughty taco. Have you seen some of the fan art? Are you aware of the event? I'm gonna turn that down even further. I keep confusing myself. What do shoes look like again? I keep forgetting. tacos would never. This taco would never, but some tacos... Some tacos might. Okay. Is that okay? Is that alright? I feel like I always draw the leg in the back bigger than the leg in the front, which is not how that's supposed to work. I don't know why I do that. I don't know what's wrong in my brain that makes me do that. Let's just scale that up a bit. How does that compare? Still not great. I might actually have to copy it over just to make sure I'm doing the right size. Let's just delete this bit. I think the problem was that the heel is sort of pushed out a lot more in the one in the back. So I'm getting confused. Okay, round-ish button. Mostly round. Those are maybe slightly too large? Question mark? See. This one is supposed to be a little bit more, like, pointed towards the camera. So... The Mickey Mouse voice is so good. I can't do it. I was gonna try and do it, but then I was like, no. I thought better of it. I can do the what are they selling chocolate voice. I don't think I can do a Mickey Mouse. I'm just like, I'm like hearing my voice in my mind's ear, trying to do the little like the haha Mickey Mouse laugh. I can't. I can't bring myself to make it a reality. It's too horrifying to even imagine. Those look okay. This one still looks a little like weirdly chunky though. I might even just have to make this one a little smaller. I'm not good at perspective. Gauging sizes of things. This one might even need to be turned up a little bit. Like that. That looks better, I think. Perspective. Why must you torture me so? don't know what I'm doing. Just transform it until it looks slightly better. That's what I always say. If God didn't want you to use the transform tool, he wouldn't have let the Clip Studio people come up with it. I don't think they came up with it. I think that's just a generic computer image editing tool. Doesn't matter. Okay. Whatever. We'll leave it. We'll leave it as okay. That's alright. Everything's gonna be fine. I need to zoom out. Reference. Show me the dress. Okay. It's so small. The window is so small. It's so finicky. I hate it. But it's so convenient. Okay. Turn that down a little bit again. Oh no, not a ruffle. Delete it. Erase it from existence. Either God isn't aware of the transform tool or he approves of my actions. More little Mickey Mouse buttons. That was my hands, if you heard that. If you heard that horrifying crunch. Trying to think of what I want to do first. I think I'll just figure out the skirt a little bit longer. Okay. So that's the top layer, the little aprony bit. I'm not drawing all of those shapes right now. This is just another part of the sketch. Okay, that's enough fiddling with that for the moment. Skirt layer 1. Might have to make it a little bit longer up into this area to accommodate all of the bits, all of the layers. I mean, the next two are kind of skinny, so it might not even matter. But just in case, stick a pin in that. Remember that in my brain. Yeah, the top part's probably gonna have to be a little bit longer. If I could just draw a straight line, or a nicely curved line, I guess. Please. That's okay. Okay, that's alright. Sleeve time. Not the frilly bit. I don't want to think about the frilly bit for a minute. I want to live in blissful ignorance. The frilly bit. They're so cute, but they're so hard to draw. Okay, I can't avoid it. Just zoom way in on that. Okay. Just trying to copy the shapes as much as possible without actually like tracing over it. I can accept tracing over it with the crown because that's just a horrible evil shape, but I should be able to do frills if I believe. Okay, that's not looking too bad. I mean, it's maybe slightly longer than it actually is on the real model, but that's okay. It's alright. Just throw a couple random shapes on the end there. Whatever. It's okay. This is supposed to be chill and fun. Good enough. This one might have to be on its own layer, just so that I don't start bumping up against other lines and confusing myself again, as usual. Turn that down. Love a good ruffle, love a good bow. I always have so much trouble drawing them though. I love them, but they don't love me. Which I think I say about almost every art thing. One of these days I'm gonna have to force myself to get good at a bunch of the things that I think look really cute but that I don't draw because they're difficult. It's the only way I will improve. But it's so hard and I hate it. I think I always draw the little bow, I don't know, the little dangly ribbon bits a little too close to the middle. Because there's like a space in between them on the real outfit. And they're also kind of like shorter and rounder. That's a bit better, I think. There are no lines that's really stuck up against, right? Yeah, just a tiny little bit on the shoulder. Okay. Yay! More of it done. And I have cute little happy Ina sitting and staring at me from the corner of my screen. Can you see that little red box? I don't know if it shows up. It's her beautiful little face. Okay. Other bits I'm missing? I'm gonna have to draw hands. Oh no, not hands. Oh god, oh jeez. Okay. I like this outfit. It's a nice simple one. Ina's outfits are usually hard to draw. All the patterns. So much pain. This one's nice and easy. It's got the quilts. But quilts are an easy shape. It's just diamonds over and over again. Oh yeah. Buttons are weird. Let me scooch those. Let me try and make those make sense. This is why I always do like 10 sketch layers on anything ever. Okay. And squish those around. They're a little too flat on a flat plane. She's sort of like puffing her chest out a little bit in this pose. Oop, oop. Legs. Okay. That's better. That's better. That looks correct. Ish. Everything I do it's correct-ish. Good enough. My favorite two words. I'm gonna make these a different color as well. Blue. Horrible eye-searing mint. This is always extra hard for me figuring out what colors I want all my different layers to be. Blue is probably okay. I'll turn the red layer down a little bit so it's not so overwhelming. I just want to be regular old whelmed. Okay. Move tool. My mortal nemesis. I hate figuring out hands. Maybe scoot that down a little bit. Just realized I haven't saved this. Give me a moment. Ooh, that could have been bad. Okay. Just call it Ina. Good. Okay. Crisis averted. Give me a moment to inspect my own hands. This is so terrible. Every time I draw, I look at my hands like a character in a Disney movie that just got turned into some kind of animal. What's happened to me? What have I become? This hand should probably be more like this. That's like a hard shape with all the... That's not what the fingers would look like. I'm just drawing squiggles just to remind myself of what a sideways hand looks like. Okay. Technique. Draw some kind of prism. That's exactly what it looks like. It's like my mouth open, my eyes wide, like, huh? What? Wait, slightly incorrect. There's supposed to be a thumb here. Okay. And I'm going to have to make that bigger. I might even erase that. This is the painful part. Do you use a mirror when doing that? Not really. Mostly because I don't ever really have a mirror handy. Sometimes if I'm drawing something, I'll like take a picture of myself and then slap it onto the screen so that I can just like trace over it and familiarize myself with how bodies look. But that's not happening here. I do have like a really, really big mirror in my room, but it's on like the furthest wall from me, so, and I'm blind. I have really bad eyes, so I would have to get up. Just you would hear me shuffling around. Okay, we'll figure that out in a minute. Just draw a shape there. That's what hands look like, right? Ah, it feels weird somehow. I'm not very good with hands. Erase it. It's still there, but like hide it from my view. I'm gonna consolidate my layers. What? This is. I don't need this. Do I need? I do not need that. Also. Okay. Put that down there. Let's just throw on some lines, just so I'm not wasting too much time. Where's my pencils? Okay. I'm not gonna focus too hard on the actual face part of the face. I'll do the outside lines. Because I haven't really put too much effort into making a better sketch of the face. Oh god, oh, can you imagine? I always feel kind of embarrassed when people that I draw fan art of see the fan art. Because it doesn't happen often, so I'm not used to it. Because I don't really draw it that often. I did some fan art for Pippa, and it was noticed, and I had a momentary panic about it. I was like, oh god, oh no. I exist, I'm visible. I'm probably gonna have to actually figure out the hair before I, like, a little bit more before I actually draw it, so. To the dress. The most thought out part. Ah, yes, the Dr. Lime one. That was that was my big momentary panic. I did draw one for her birthday last year. Not this year. I wasn't able to do that because I was busy. The consequences of my action. I didn't expect so many people to see the Dr. Lime one, so that freaked me out. Suddenly it had a bunch of like retweets and likes, and I was like, oh god, oh no. What happened? it is nice that people saw it and were like, ooh, cool, ooh, fun. I it might have been slightly foolish of me, but I like didn't anticipate that many people really caring about the flavor thing. And then it was a big thing. So it spooked me. I got a little spooked. Yeah, that can be my claim to fame. The first ever flavor fan artist. I don't know what possessed me to draw it that fast. Like the moment that the design was finished, they were like, "Hey, look, here's the image." I was like, "Great, time to draw it." For a certain period of time, I was like really fast drawing things, and now I've slowed down a lot more. Maybe partially because I've been drawing stuff on stream, so I have to like talk and think. But it might also just be because I feel like I'm getting to one of those times in every artist's life where they're like their skill level is not quite at the level that like their eyes are capable of seeing. Or like you know what's good, but you can't quite do it yet. So you like second guess yourself a bunch and it takes forever to draw anything because you're like, oh no, I'm doing it bad, it's bad, and then you just redraw everything a million times, but it's never quite correct. It's okay, don't worry. I'm okay with being distracted. Usually if I'm drawing stuff, if I'm not distracting myself with talking on a stream, I'm distracting myself with like opening up all my millions of tabs and just like goofing off on the internet for 30 minutes in between sections. So I'll be like, oh, I finished my first sketch. Time to go on Twitter. I finished my second sketch. Time to watch 3 YouTube videos. So I just waste time in different ways. You found the lime art. Ooh. I'm glad you like it. It's been a while, so probably if I looked at it now I would be like, ooh no, ooh it's bad. I haven't looked at it basically since I since I drew it. I like to post things and then immediately forget them. Come on, it's out of my brain. It's not my problem anymore. Unrelated, I'm gonna need a moment to adjust. It's very, very hot in my room for some reason. One moment. Okay. I stream sitting on my bed like some kind of weirdo. So I had my blankets over my legs. It was getting a little bit toasty. I needed to extricate myself. I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you liked the drawing. Sometimes I manage to throw out a good, like, motion energy drawing. Not often, but on occasion I figure out how. Is that good? I'm gonna try and follow it more precisely. Whenever I'm like thinking really hard about how I want to draw something and like what pose I want to do, it always ends up being a little bit stiffer. But if I just draw something real fast and I'm like, I don't really care how it looks, I'll just do whatever, it ends up being a lot more like energetic. which kind of stinks. Whenever I try really hard, it's worse. Okay, I am going to need to look at the quilts. There they are. And it has such skinny little thin limbs. I'm not good at skinny little limbs. I know I said that this was an easier outfit, but like, easier doesn't mean easy. I'm realizing how many little shapes I'm gonna have to draw. Probably not gonna be perfectly, I don't know, geometrically correct. But what matters is that it has soul. I hate that no matter what, like, type of movement I choose, or, like, aliasing or whatever, whenever I rotate something, it always has little, like, crunch pixels. It's worthless. Okay. I'll just cut it out. Trace over it. That's the problem with really skinny pens. You can see every stray pixel. It's infuriating. The program use it too much memory to crank the resolution higher. I don't really know, honestly. It might not. I'd prefer not to do anything that might even possibly take up too much memory, because I do use a laptop because I'm computer illiterate. So I'm not really sure what would be like too much for it. Like if it would freak out and like glitch out my stream or whatever if I did too much. I usually don't really draw with an excessively high DPI or whatever. I'm not even sure if the DPI does anything per se, because it's supposed to be for like printing. So if you're just drawing on the screen, I don't think it affects it. Because usually if you change the window doesn't show up, so I'm not going to bother clicking on it because it would be worthless. But if you like click on change resolution and then you change the DPI, what it really does is it just makes the canvas bigger. So if I change this from 72 to whatever double 72 is, I can't do math, then it would just make it 4000 by 4000 pixels. So it would basically just make it all bigger, and then all the lines would be blurry. Or you have the option to not change the pixel amount, or like the canvas size, and then it doesn't change at all, and it just stays the same. So if I wanted to make like a really nice, smooth image, it would have to be like way bigger than my computer likes. I usually do 2000 because that's a good size that my computer doesn't get mad at me for using. 144. Take your word for it. But yeah, to make the lines less pixely when I'm zoomed in, I would just have to make the canvas really big. And I don't like using really big canvases. Besides, you can't really, like, from out here, where the image actually would be, because this is just the size of the character, you can't see all the pixeliness. Really, it's just me freaking out. I feel like that's not correct. Whatever. It's just me freaking out about my view as really zoomed in, but nobody else will see it like that, so it doesn't matter, it's okay. I just realized I could be doing this. Just drawing a line across it, and it would be infinitely easier. At least I realized that here, and not when I was like down at the bottom and had already drawn 1,000 squares. I'm glad that my explanations of things make at least some semi-sense. I always get lost in the middle of sentences. It's a real problem. The hereditary memory problems are coming for me, boys. Oh man, it's so many. The quilts on the actual image are like, you can't see it. They're significantly bigger than this. But I've locked myself into doing tiny squares. The name thing happens all the time with my family. My mom had she has like 3 sisters and 1 brother. So like whenever my grandma would call any of them, she would forget the name. She would call like every name in the household before getting to the right one. Or like she would call one of my aunts by another sister's name. One time, this isn't a story that I was there for, but it's just one that I've heard repeated a million times, was that one of my aunts was like in trouble, and my grandma angrily called her name, but it was the wrong name, and she was like, I'm not this one, I'm that one, and my grandma was like, I'm looking at you. So now that's just the thing that anybody says when they forget a name. They're just like, whichever one I'm looking at is the one that I want. I'm looking at you. Respond. And my mom mixes up mine and my sister's names so often that her password on her computer is just the mixture of names that she calls us when she forgets which one she wants. So she'll say like the first syllable of my name and then the last syllable of hers. So that's just her password now because it's easy for her to remember. Easier than the real names of her children. We're silly and goofy about it. Everybody in my family goes crazy eventually, but we're okay with it. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 names before the correct one. It's so many. I'm lucky I only have one sibling, otherwise I'm sure that would happen to me too. We don't really have too many cousins that we regularly hang out with or whatever, and they're not close enough like in age for them to be the same person in any adult's brain, so we don't get cousin names, but we do get sibling names. Oh man. Ooh, there's so many more little squares I have to draw. Oh god. Okay, I'll just throw those lines in there for now. What's another part I can do? I can do more little squares in the bottom of the dress. I may have to just figure out the hands before I go any further, because it's going to annoy me. I think what I need is for... This is the right layer, right? Yes. It's to be moved in more, perhaps. And all these fingers are going to be like squished to the side. Okay, just erase this. I don't like that you guys have to watch me suffer through trying to draw hands. It makes me feel like a failure. Every once in a while I'll draw a really good one without even having to sketch it out, and then other times it's like this where I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't want to have to like Google a reference picture because it's just gonna take forever. Let me try and squint at myself in the mirror for this. Suffering. Anguish. Okay, this is like way too long. Okay. Drawing. I'm having fun. It's fun. I'm fun. It's fun. We have fun. Okay. My little model thing fell off. I bumped my mic. I was barely using it. Be gone. It's been thrown to a far corner of the room. Not really. About 3 inches away. I feel like such a failure. That looks a bit more correct at least. I'm gonna make that bigger because it looks too small. Wow, who knew things work better if you have a reference for them, even if it's really far away and you can't see it because it's blurry. Looks marginally better, I'd say. Problem is, I can't quite see what was going on with that last finger. So this one is just guessing. They definitely look like hands. That's the most important part. I'm gonna erase that one. I'm not even sure if you can see it from that angle, really. I just feel like there's such a big empty space. What am I supposed to do with this? Okay. I think another part of my problem is I always draw the pinky, like, too big. My brain wants to put a thumb on each side of the hand. I feel like I'm making it worse. Okay. Suffering. Just get rid of all that. Wait, no, make it bigger again, though. Okay. We're leaving it. We're not touching it. Where are my lines? The sweet embrace of lines. Maybe like 3% smaller, like the whole hand, or just like one part of it, like the one finger. Looking at my hand, trying to like gauge the size of fingers comparatively. The whole hand. Yeah, I have a tendency to draw pretty big hands. Big hands and big feet because I watched too much Sonic X as a child. So the proportions are burned into my brain. Where's that? Where's that there? Just fiddle with them forever. I picked a bad pose. The pain. I'm gonna name this layer so that I don't forget that it's the lines, because I always end up doing that at some point. Yowie hands. Thankfully, I wasn't exposed to too much yaoi as a child. Once I hit middle school, there was plenty of that because I started watching Hitalia and all my friends really, really loved shipping the characters. I got to hear about plenty of yaoi then. Tales all this time, truly. Does that like date my middle school years? It might. I don't even remember when Hitalia became popular. I just know I was in middle school for at least some of it. I'm not even sure if it was like actually popular at the time or if like me and my friends just found it late or something. This doesn't even need to be a straight line, there's patterns here. For convenience sake. Let's throw in some straight lines though. That's gonna be a separate line layer. Just because I know I'm gonna erase most of it to do the little shapes. I hate circles, I hate circles, I hate circles. I'm copying it. Work smarter, not harder, as they say. Copy and paste are my best friends. Yeah, that's looking alright. Little distressing that this is like more than an hour of work and I'm not even done with the lines, but we'll live with it. really have to remind myself that nobody's gonna zoom in that far. It's okay. It's okay. It doesn't need to be perfect. I would like for it to be perfect, but it's not necessary. I think I've forgotten how to draw squares. You're right, you're right. I shouldn't be so focused on it being perfect, but I would like it to be. I just need to remind myself how to draw the quilt bits again. Oh, I don't want to draw more squares, man. Every time I get to a part with detail in it, I'm like, ooh, well, that was fun. Time to move on to the next bit. Let's do the legs. Take a breather. Maybe it gets so much quieter when I'm not sketching anymore. I have to use too much brain power to actually think of where I want things to go. If I had it my way, I would never finish anything. I would just draw sketches forever. It's so much more fun. But alas, I must get good. My favorite part of the new Ina outfit. Hard to say. I mean, I might just have to say the little cookie thing. It's so cute. Like, it's one of those things that probably won't get too much use, but it's adorable. And I like the hair too. New hairstyles are always good. I'm a big fan of new hairstyles. I don't know why I pressed that button twice. I think it's funny that on a lot of Ina's outfits, they'll like change up her squishy bits. Her little hair tentacle things. I want to know what's up with those. How do they migrate around her head like that? I still think the kimono one where they're like horns is really funny. Like, it looks pretty goofy because in my brain they're parts of her hair, so it's weird that her hair is standing up like that. Like, it just makes me think of like cartoon characters getting scared and their hair like flying up. I'm trying to like do the math in my head how much longer this is probably going to take. This is not looking good. It's not looking good, bros. I might just try to finish the lines and then just do some flat colors and then I'll finish it up at some point later. I might do more stream tomorrow. Just so I can get it done on stream. I like to be able to watch somebody finish something on stream instead of like getting halfway through and then give it up and posting it later. Also, if I'm being forced to stream it, it'll make me more likely to actually finish it. Because I do have a tendency to not finish things. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Would I be streaming around the same time? Usually I start at like 9:30. Today was a little later because I had Easter activities, so I was away from the computer, and I got started getting ready a little late. But yeah, about the same time-ish. So usually I start streaming half an hour before I started streaming tonight. Could be a little earlier, a little later, depending on how things are going. Since tomorrow is Monday, it might have to be a little bit earlier, but I don't know. I want to try and keep my streams around the same general time, because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to have a consistent-ish schedule. I'll probably just start at 9:30, which is 30 minutes before I started tonight. I don't know what time zones everybody's in. Doxing myself, letting you know that I'm in the time zone where when my stream starts, it's 9:30. There are so many places I could be, though. It's okay. Every time somebody asks me a question, I feel like I use so many words to answer. I'm sure if I had to listen to myself talk, I would be infuriated, so I'm glad you people put up with it. Ooh, it's 1 a.m. for you. Sad. I'm getting hot again. Why is it so hot in my house? I would turn the fan on, but it makes noise. I don't want to be noisy. Being hot while I draw is incredibly inconvenient because then my arm gets stuck to my tablet. Gross information. You didn't need that, but now you have it. I may or may not be slightly loopy tonight because I fell asleep last night, or last morning, technically, I guess, at 4 a.m. and then I woke up at like 9:30 a.m. So I didn't get much sleep. And then I was awake for events, and I baked again. I always have to bake every day. It never ends. I am always the baking guy. So I expended a lot of energy. I'm not really sure if I trust OBS to filter stuff out, like fan noise and stuff, because I have messed with the audio plenty. And it feels like there's always something going on in the background that's making noise. I've noticed that my voice has a little bit of like static to it. That could just be that I break every electronic I come into contact with, and so it could just be my horrible headphones, but I feel like there's always a staticky, and I don't want to make it worse. I'll live. You played RuneScape, huh? What, you didn't go out into the world? You didn't interact with people? Can't believe it. God, I wish that were me. Okay, what am I doing now? Okay, we've made some relatively okay progress, I think. I'm not too mad about what we're doing. I haven't gone to church in a million years. My family just basically uses holidays as an excuse to just hang out and eat. But I hope you enjoyed yourself. Okay, this needs to be on a separate layer. I'm doing the ones over here. Does that look okay? I might make this side a little bit flatter, but I think that's alright. Oh, wrong layer, as usual. It doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be perfect. Stop zooming in. Okay, we're getting there. Will you guys forgive me if I draw the hands off stream? I really don't want to go through all that. I feel like every time I try to fix it, it just takes even longer and gets even worse. I'm gonna have to go looking around for good reference, probably. I just had an idea. I might be able to just copy this particular line. I'll erase all the extra bits, but just to see, because it follows pretty much the same curve. Might just be simpler that way, except for the very end, but I would much rather redraw a little bit of line than the whole thing. I will only allow myself to zoom in for like, it's like 45 seconds at a time. Highly specific. Just because if I let myself zoom in for too long, I get lost in details that are barely visible to completely invisible. And then later, I'll look at it and I'm like, wow, I wasted so much time and I can't even see that. You are correct, I can move closer to the mirror. One of these days, I hope I can do a stream where I just magically get a hand right. I've done it before. It's happened. oftentimes without reference. I don't know how that works. Whenever I try really hard, it takes a million years. Whenever I don't try at all, suddenly it works perfectly. Such is life. I'm gonna need to move that around a little bit. Do want to squish that in a little bit more. Almost imperceptibly, but it matters to me. That's this one, right? Yes, it is. It was on the same layer. I guess I'm glad that didn't cross over, because I do still kind of like that line. Okay. Let's move it down a little bit, and then I think I can connect it up reasonably well. My standards are definitely higher when I'm trying, but I promise you I can't show you the art, because it's posted on secret accounts that you can't know about. But a couple of times I have done a very good hand. I've surprised even myself. Like, this was a couple of years ago, I think, that I drew one that I was like, wow, that's really good. And I've looked at it more recently and I was like, wow, that's still pretty good. It's just a nice little surprise from the universe. My secret accounts on the secret shadow internet that you'll never see. The deepest, darkest parts of the web. It makes it sound like I drew unsafe things. I promise you that's not what it is. I'm pure. I tell you, accounts. No. Stop. You jest, but I had one. That was real. Eilis Hitalia RP account real. Back on DeviantArt, there was a point in time where, like, everybody was making some kind of RP account, and there were like 10,000 of every single character. I don't remember if my account was for one that was common or uncommon, though, so I'm not going to tell you which one it is. Well, you said for real, I have to believe you. How can I doubt a guy who says for real, for real? Very true, Oomphy. For the longest time, I did not know what oomph meant. Apparently it means, like, one of my followers. I could even be wrong about that. And I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, the place where I first learned what oomphy meant was, somebody made on Tumblr. I don't know if it got anywhere else. It might have been originally from Tumblr, it might have been from Twitter, I don't remember. Somebody made a K-pop stan alternate universe fanfiction told through Twitter posts of Phineas and Ferb, of Perry the Platypus as a human, and Dr. Doofenshmirtz getting together and falling in love. In the context of K-pop stan accounts, and it was horrifying. It was actually really funny. I think the person who made it deleted their account. It might be lost media now, but it was so funny. Because it was like reading a story about aliens. I had no idea what anything meant. I had to go into like the comments and all the reblogs to see people explaining all this K-pop stan Twitter terminology. But it was really funny. Because they're talking like gay teenagers. But you're just thinking of Perry the Platypus and Dr. Doofenshmirtz. I gotta find that again. I gotta find that again and like do some kind of dramatic reading on the stream or something. It was so funny. People come up with some weird stuff on the internet, man. Well, do I have this empty layer? What is this? Does that do anything? I don't think it does. Get out of here. Oh god, now I'm gonna be thinking about that. That's gonna be in my brain now. I'm gonna have to find that again. It's one of the weirdest things I've ever read, but it was so funny. And, like, they all had, like, to let you know which character was which, they made everybody's, like, profile picture a different K-pop boy with, like, a different hair color to, like, match the, like, theme color of each character. It was insane. Real effort went into that. Somebody put their heart and soul into that Doofenshmirtz Perry fanfiction. Okay, well, now that I've talked about that, now that I've cursed the stream, let's finish this. I'm gonna have to remember what all my layers are. Give me a moment to turn things on and off. Okay. Just gonna rename them. Sketch 1. Sketch 2. I think I could turn that off. Or not. No, the crown is on it. And sketch. I hope they had fun creating it. I'm sure they did. Nobody would make that and not have a good time. Like, if they just hated their life while crafting this deep, like, intricate storyline, I would be really sad. That is an empty layer. Okay, I can turn off all the sketches, I think. Except for this one. I'm gonna focus on the hair right now. And name that. I'm getting organized, mostly a little bit. Let me zoom in on Ina's face. He's so cute. Okay. I can probably turn off the lines as well. The little hair parts in front of her face are a lot more straight than I drew them, but I like the swirling. You know what? I have attachment issues. I'm not gonna erase these completely. I like to just cut things out and keep them on a separate layer. Just in case. I don't know what I would ever use them for, but they're nice to have. It makes me feel safe. I need to start putting things in folders. Taking up too much space. I hate having to scroll through the layers. Because then I forget what's on the top. And I have to scroll back up and remind myself. It's a hassle. Okay, I think that looks alright. Bangs like that are so hard for me to draw. I just feel like I'm making them, like, too short. Ah, it's coming out cute. The hair really helps. Give me one moment to unshrimp. I really should have unshrimped more. This is taking a while. Okay. Home stretch. looks so weird and lumpy now that I'm looking at them again. Sparkles are a hard shape to draw. I'm not really following the sketch line, but whatever. Yeah, the little crown headband tiara thing, very, very nice. Very good part of the design. I appreciate that it's in basically, like, everything. Trying to run through her outfits in my brain. I'm bad at remembering them. I'm pretty sure at least the majority have it somewhere, or like it's toggleable. Cute, it's important. I think I need to bring this one down a little further. This is a tough one because I can't really draw it in like single big like swooping lines like I do most other things. So it ends up being a little bit extra crunchy just because I have to go over the same area so many times. I'm really bad at keeping my hands steady when I'm doing something small. These ones on the side, I feel like I always make them too short. Yay! It's done, I'm free. I'm free of the crown thing. All of my joints are protesting. Very upset at me. I'm gonna do some fiddling. I think I want to move this stuff a little bit closer. The back of her head part looked a little too big, chunky, something. It's throwing me off. Looks strange. You know, when she first showed the silhouette of, like, with the little hair tentacle things coming out of the side, I know a lot of people were like, oh, it must be a little kerchief, but my brain was immediately like, these are her hair tentacles and it's gonna look so weird. But it doesn't. It looks really cute. I'm glad. I was like trying to formulate in my brain what it would look like, and I was like, I feel like they're gonna look kind of silly. I thought it was gonna be another hair tentacles as horns situation where they just look a little silly goofy. But I like them. I think the rest of the hair being more poofed out kind of helped. It made the silhouette not look as weird. Or not necessarily silhouette, but like the final design. I think like my favorite variant of the little hair tentacles is the teeny tiny little baby ones on the casual outfit. They're just so little. They're so cute. Yeah, they do look a little bunny ear-esque. That was my second thought, was like, or are they gonna give her like bunny ears? But then I was like, nah, I don't think they would give her bunny ears. So I feel like that would have been too much stuff going on her head. She already has so many things happening on her head. But they look bunny ear-esque without being full-on bunny ears, which I'm happy about. I appreciate that. Now the problem is that I need to make sense of all the little squiggles that I did for them. It's all fun and games when you're just sketching out random squiggles. But when you actually have to line them, ooh, oh boy. Oh gosh, oh darn. Curly hair is so cute, but every time I try to draw it, I end up coming up with a million tangents. There's so many little pointy bits, and I don't want them all to point in the same direction. Then if I try to flip them over, they look strange. That's probably as good as that's gonna get. Okay, that was less painful than I thought it might be. Not too bad. Okay, just a little bit more. That is a very big compliment. Mesmerizing. I guess, yeah, it feels like it's not that crazy to me because I've been doing it forever. So really, I just am annoyed. I'm not like, wow, what a magical creation. I'm like, oh, this sucks. This is hard to do. Nothing's happening the way I want it to. But like, I feel the same way when I watch somebody who I think is like really, really good drawing. Like, whoa, you did that? That's real? With your human hands? watching people make stuff is cool. I like watching things begin to exist. That's like a weird way to say it, but that's pretty much what it is, really. I'll watch pretty much anything where somebody's making something. I like cooking videos, I like videos where people do like woodworking. I like chemistry videos. Stuff happening. That's where it's at. Yeah, I do get really happy when something like hair turns out well. Because, like, it just kind of... I don't really think about it. I just draw stuff until it looks nice. But hair is one of my favorite things to do because, especially, like, curly swirly stuff. Because you just kind of draw random stuff and then somehow it turns out nice. It's pretty. I definitely say that hair is like one of the easier things for me to draw. Like, I do complain about it because I complain about everything. Because I'm a big whiner. But it is nice. It's less like I have to think about it and more like I do it. I just figure it out as I go. I do have plenty of reference though. I'm always like, whenever my hair, because I have really, really, really long hair, because I hate cutting it, but whenever my hair does something interesting, I'm like, oh, hey, I should take a picture of that. And so I have like a million pictures of my hair just doing some weird swoop, and then I end up drawing it. So I've gotten pretty good, I think. Those look about right. Okay. I'm not going to burden us with drawing / watching a million squares be drawn. So I think I'm gonna do the face, and then I think I'll be done for the night, and then I'll figure out the hands at some point tomorrow, and then another stream tomorrow night. Honestly, I'm not fully sure what I want the face to be. I want like open eyes or not. Let's just doodle around that a little bit. I should probably use a different color though. Go back to blue. That's an easy one to see. I do have a hard time drawing this particular eye shape because whenever I do, it just ends up looking kind of like sleepy. I'm used to drawing big round eyes. I think I'm gonna just do the generic closed eye smile for now. I might fiddle around with it a bit more tomorrow, but I'm not really feeling putting more thought into it. Ooh, that's looking weird. Feels incorrect. Okay, no eyelashes for now. Make it easy on myself. I gotta go to bed at some point. I gotta sleep. Preferably before 4 a.m. rolls around. Because it was not fun waking up this morning. Or last morning, as it were. I am getting quite eepy. It's my curse. My curse really is that I'm never actually tired enough to sleep. I do get, like, tired deep in my bones, where like, I don't want to be awake anymore, but I can never get to sleep. I was built to be awake all night. I don't jive with a human schedule. Feels a little off, but I'm blaming it on the tired. I think that's where I'm gonna end it off for now. And I will be back tomorrow, most likely. Unless something comes up. I'm gonna hope it doesn't. We'll call that stream for the night. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it very much. Yeah. So that's that. I do have, as always, I think of things that I want to say at the very end of the stream, where I have announcements that aren't really announcements. They're just me kind of waffling on for a couple minutes. But if I am correct, roommate is going to be going on a little vacation for a week. I think 2 weeks from now? I forget exactly when, but she's leaving and she's taking the dog with her. So I'm going to be alone for a full week. So I'll probably be able to do some streams where I don't have to be quiet. So I was thinking maybe, this feels really cringe to say, I might try to do a karaoke at some point, perhaps, if I'm not a big coward baby about it and I can bring myself to do it. Because even though I've been uploading covers and stuff, I would still feel pretty embarrassed. But maybe that'll happen. So look forward to that question mark. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. But yeah, that's the thing. That's my one announcement that took too long to announce. Yeah, thank you for coming. Thank you very much for staying till the end. I appreciate it very much. I will try to finish this, and I will try to make it good for my Oshi. And I'll see ya. Okay, bye. Good night. Goodbye. Good night. Goodbye. Good night. Goodbye.